What's up? I know it's been a while and I'm sorry for the lack of uploading, but the whole month of March I've been dealing with my knee. Seeing that it's been about 3 weeks now, I thought it was time to let you all know how the knee surgery went and how the recovery process is going as well. I arrived at the surgery center and the nurses took me back to get me prepped for surgery. They started me on an IV, but it was a bit difficult at first trying to get it in me. I found out I was dehydrated and that was the reason why they weren't able to draw any blood. 3 attempts later, including my right arm, my left arm, and finally they got it in, of all places, my hand. When it comes to needles, I am deathly afraid of those things. Them and heights are two of my biggest fears, but I'm so glad they actually got it in my hand and not in my foot, which is where they were headed next. Also, while I was being prepped for surgery, I received a nerve blocker in my right leg, kind of to help me prepare for the surgery and kind of like a pre-anesthesia as well to help me relax. About 8 o'clock that morning, I was wheeled in, and next thing I knew, it was about 11 something when I woke up in recovery. I came back home and I scooted myself up the stairs and into my bed. The reason why I had to scoot was because one of the side effects of the nerve blocker is that it turned my whole entire right leg into jello. Let's jump ahead now to 3:50 a.m. Thursday morning. Now you're probably asking yourself, why are we jumping ahead? Well, the reason is that is the exact time that the nerve blocker had worn off and I was in beyond excruciating pain. Before I went to bed that night, I took the Percocet that I was given to take for the pain. Well, it didn't matter if I took the Percocet or not because nothing was working. So for 2 hours, I was in beyond excruciating pain, including my leg feeling like it was on fire. I could feel the flames, people. I was begging for death. Thankfully though, after taking more Percocet, maybe a bit more than I should have, but the medicine decided to finally kick in, which was a good thing because I was about this close to actually smothering myself. And as I said, once the medicine kicked in, I was able to get to sleep as well as my grandparents. The rest of that week, these things came in very handy. Also, during the week of my surgery, my mom had come up earlier to visit me during spring break. She came over every day, she brought food, and she also got me up and moving around as well. Because you can't just lie around in bed if you want to get better. Though it's so much fun just lying around in bed. The week that my mother was visiting also happened to be St. Patty's Day, so since she was coming, she decided to bring cards. This is the St. Patty's Day card. Isn't it all pretty and sparkly and shiny? Look at all the pretty, shiny, sparkly things. And this really creative one, this is a Get Well box card. I really like the Get Well one as it's very creative and it's very original and it looks like a Jack-in-the-Box, just without the clown. And the other thing about this is these 2 cards are not from the store. These were made by my mother. She has taken up card making since she retired earlier this year and she's kind of outdone herself with the Get Well one because I mean, who wouldn't want to have a card like that? So Hallmark better be careful because with this type of stuff that my mother's producing, she could easily give them a run for their money. So that's how the first couple days post-surgery went. The following week, I dealt with other things, including getting my knee to bend, which was not the easiest thing. And then once I was able to get it to bend, getting it to unbend so I could get out of bed, walk around, recover basically. So I'm still working on that because once the knee gets in the bent position, it's not the easiest to get out because it's very stiff because it's still recovering and it's gonna take time. I use a walker to get around because I can't use crutches because I have no balance and I fall quite easily like I did last December. Now, I thought crutches would, make things easier and I could move faster, but that's not quite the case because just last week when I was leaving therapy, I got passed by a lady with her walker and she was all the way down to the elevators and I was barely, not even to the halfway mark of the hallway. So it's like I'm still working on using those crutches as I haven't quite got the whole elderly thing down pat yet. Now, before I show you these pictures, if you do not think that you can stomach the following, I recommend that you turn away now. I want you to look at these pictures. Yes, they are pretty graphic. I want you to tell me, does this look like a bruise or does this look like somebody has taken a baseball bat to the back of my leg? Because this is what the back of my leg looked like 1 week after surgery. My doctor told me at my follow-up the reason why my leg was so badly bruised is that during the operation, so much blood apparently went everywhere, but also it collected in the bottom of my leg, and that's basically how we get bruises. And last but not least, during my recovery process, I developed a little bathroom issue. For over a week, I wasn't able to go. At first, I didn't really think about it. Not going a day or two, that's okay. But then after we got to about 3-5 days later, I started to wonder, am I actually ever going to be able to go again? I brought this up during my follow-up with my doctor, and his mouth practically hit the floor when I told him I hadn't gone since the day before the surgery, which was March 15th. He was pretty surprised by that, and his suggestions, they were great. I'm glad I went with the last one because he decided that, hey, you should probably, you need to take suppositories or you possibly need to have an enema done. Well, I would have had those things done if he hadn't suggested that I should take some over-the-counter laxative, as the stool softener that he gave me along with all the other medicines just weren't quite doing the trick. I'm glad I went with the laxatives. I took the laxatives and 6, 12, 14 hours later, a week of not going to the bathroom can cause quite the backup. So when I finally did go, let's just say that bathroom got a good workout that Friday evening and the rest of the weekend that followed. I think I lost 10 pounds as well. And that's what's been going on with me since we last spoke. I hope this video has been entertaining and that I hope you all go in for surgery and let me know how it all goes, because I know that would just be so much fun. That's all I've got for you, and I'll probably keep you updated on how my knee is going when there's actually a little bit more to tell you, because right now, not really that much significant process. I already told you I can bend my knee and I'm starting to get the full motion back, but it's gonna take some time. So until I see you again, take care and avoid doctors and surgeries. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Bye.